It's YouTube, babies. Um, yeah, Summer League's going on. I haven't paid any attention to that. Have you?
Nope. I never watch any of that.
Yeah, same here. Like I'll keep up with the scores, and then like if like Cooper Flag had a game where like his first game he just got clamped down by Bronny, and then it seemed like Bronny got clamped down by just not being very good on offense. But that's the big thing. So
I
I,
did
I
see
was
Bronny's missed three for the win.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I just saw that. All I saw from the clips from that game was like there's a part when Cooper or like Bronny the Cooper's like it's like people say you play like my dad. He'd be getting a lot more points. And then Cooper goes, "Well, no one says you play like your dad." And they both started laughing.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so I was thinking though, since we both saw this new Superman movie, and I think it's at like an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to find really quick because I found it. Yeah, here we go. The Rotten Tomato ranking of all the this is like pre this movie comes out. So like I think it would have been after that came out. It would have been at number five. So just I'm just gonna toss out some names randomly, and I'm gonna see where you think they rate on this list and what you think the percentage is. Because some of them I'm like, this is insane. And we'll start with the one I think is the craziest. The Flash, 2023's masterpiece.
What Rotten Tomatoes gave it?
What Rotten Tomatoes gave it and where it ranks in their rating of, the DC movies, basically.
I'm gonna say they put it at 40%. Am I low?
You are very low.
Really? Well,
Yes.
they give it like a 70, 75?
No, it's above that. It was a 63,
Okay.
and it was ranked number 9 on their list.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking high if you ask me.
Yeah.
Do you want to do I'll do yeah, here we'll do Man of Steel.
55%.
You're very close with that one. It's 57 and it's number 11, which
You
is
know
just
what? I almost said 57.
yeah, it's like I'll be honest, like I would probably rate Man of Steel closer to 57 than I would The Flash at 63, but I'd put like probably Man of Steel 65. That'd be my choice.
I'd rather watch Man of Steel than Flash.
Yeah, 100%. Flash is like a 2% for me out of 100. I fucking hated that movie. Speaking of movies I hated, this just shows how much I disagree with them. Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. What do you think they gave that?
Oh gosh, I remember thinking this movie was like I don't even know if I want to say okay. Um, that means they're gonna give it like a 70.
Ooh, close. 79, and it's number 5 on their list.
79 out of all DC movies, it's fifth place?
Hmm.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Um, we'll go with I'll say here's one. Black Adam.
I think everyone hated this, right? So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go 35.
Ooh, you're getting close, man. 39. Like your price is right wise. You'd be right there. And this is number 14 on the list. I never could make it through. And then Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Snyder cut or theatrical?
I think they did theatrical because I don't think they came back and did the Snyder version of it.
Oh, it's gonna be lower then. But they don't know shit about comics, so 82.
Ooh, that's fucking weird, bud. It was a 28.
Oh, okay.
It was number 16 on the list. I just like how you got 82 and it's like you're like, "Oh, your
Yeah.
your stuff's just not working. It's a little off that time."
See, I thought
Uh
they would have loved it for some reason.
yeah, like I mean, that movie is rough to watch. It's
Snyder cut makes it a little better.
I think it makes it a lot better, but it's like this is my problem and I'll talk about this when we talk about the Snyder Cut Justice League, it's like you shouldn't take 4 hours to make a good movie.
Right.
Um, Shazam.
Ah, I love Shazam. I would hope that it's somewhere in the 85 range.
You're close. I think it's a little high, but they gave it a 90%. I think you're right with like the 85 in that area, but I'm like, I'm not going to complain that too much. It's weird that it's the number three highest rated one though.
I mean, it's probably top five for me. I really enjoyed that one.
I mean, technically it's number two too, because like they also have Peacemaker on here, and Peacemaker is their number one, which I still haven't seen, and I don't plan on it. But
Yeah, I mean, you just don't like James Gunn, so you probably wouldn't
I'm
like it.
not a fan of James Gunn, and I'm not a fan of John Cena. So, Um, what about the first Aquaman?
That was a good movie. Um, 71.
Not too far off. 66, and it is number 8 on their list.
Okay.
Man, that's fucking bonkers. Aquaman number one, 66. Flash, 63.
Yeah. Aquaman's Aquaman was good. Why is that so close?
I don't know. Okay, so Suicide Squad, the original.
Mm, 25.
Dude, you're getting fucking close, man. 26, and this is the lowest rated one at number 17. Um,
It had moments of greatness. Moments. But it was
brief,
not good.
very brief moments.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so like that movie honestly is kind of makes me feel like how I felt about the newest Captain America movie, where it's like, yeah, there was something that was there. I mean, the kind of newest Captain America movie is better, but it's like there's something there, but the studio was just like, we need to do this, and then the director was like, we need to do this, and then I think like a whole random homeless person was like, wow, we need to do this, and then that's what we got. Okay, and then the other Suicide Squad movie.
The James Gunn one?
Yep.
Oh, I bet they just ate that shit up. I'm gonna go 82.
90, and it's number 4 on the list.
Okay.
I think it's a little high. I think people love that movie a little too much, but
I liked it. I don't know that I'd put it that high, but it's definitely in the upper half.
Yeah, I mean but let's be honest, it's kind of easy to be in the upper half of these movies, Flash,
Yeah.
Black Adam, and Birds of Prey. But
Yeah.
but yeah, so Blue Beetle,
Another one that I really liked. 70.
close, 78, and it's number 6 on the list. And then
Ah, dude, that
well,
is miles better than Birds of Prey.
yeah,
Miles.
yeah, I know. Birds of Prey and Flash are just way too fucking high.
Yeah.
Um, then Zack Snyder's Justice League.
I've said it before, man, but at the end of that 4 hours, I could have gone longer. I really,
Hmm.
really liked it. But I don't know if they would have. I'm just gonna go crazy here. I'm gonna say 90%.
71.
Okay.
It was number 7 on the list.
Man, they're wrong on that. That was a
Yeah,
good movie.
100%. We'll do two more because like some of the other ones, I don't know if we like. I don't think you saw the second Aquaman movie.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, and so like I don't think we need it. And then like Wonder Woman, we know is bad, but they've rated that one higher than it should be. Justice
Wait,
League.
the first one or
No,
84?
no, 84.
Oh, okay.
Justice League, the Joss Whedon cut, because we'll finish with
Hmm.
Wonder Woman, the first one.
The Whedon cut, 45.
Ooh, you gave it a little bit more credit than they did. 39, and it's their 13th ranked movie, just ahead of Black Adam. And then Wonder Woman.
95.
Ooh, close, 93, and it's
Okay.
their number one movie, number two overall because of Peacemaker.
I mean, they're right with that one.
Yeah,
That was great.
it's like it's one of those things where there's a lot of and discourse online of people not liking Gal Gadot anymore
Yeah,
because she's Israeli. Like that's what
yeah.
it boils down to. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I get disliking someone because of their political views and stuff, whatever, but you can't deny that that movie's rad. Like, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, Wonder Woman 84, yeah, it's
Terrible.
rough. It's very rough. Is it better than The Flash? Yes.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
I
For me, I don't know that it is.
like because if I was gonna go bottom of the barrel, I'd go out of the ones I've seen. I'd go Flash as the bottom, and then Birds of Prey because me and Bree just couldn't make it through it. We were just like no, and then probably Black Adam because again I couldn't make it through it myself, and then Wonder Woman 84. Like I actually
Mm.
at least was like I feel like I should watch this. Where the other ones I'm like no, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't know. The bottom one for me might be Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
And that was I can't, I don't fucking like Jared Leto, so that
yeah.
but yeah, that's pretty interesting though.
And so now, yeah, so like Superman's 85, which like with this list, I'll say like we're not gonna get into it, we'll get into it on the main podcast. Wasn't the biggest fan, but according to this list, Superman should be higher rated.
Hmm.
Like when you compare it to Flash at 60 something, it's like, ugh, no.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Shall we do our regular episode?
Let's do it, man.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Two Worlds podcast. I'm Jake, and with me, as always, is the Harry to my Peter. It's Casey. What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. What's up with you?
Not much. Um, Casey and I both got to see Superman over the weekend, so we're going to talk about that after the news. So I just want to remind everybody that I do timestamp every episode. So if you haven't seen Superman and you don't want those spoilers, just look at the bio of this episode and it will tell you exactly when we start talking about it and when we stop. But anyway, before that, we got a little bit of news to talk about. Not too much this week, but we're going to end it on the big Marvel Comics news. So Casey, I'll let you start us off.
Yeah, I forgot to delete my news from last week, so I only got one thing.
So half's gone.
Yeah. So this is something I saw on Twitter, so I don't even know how I didn't really verify it, but I'm like, well, I could see this happening because James Gunn has actively said like if you have a good script, just give it to me and if I think it's good too, we'll make a movie. So
Which, by the
after
way, I like that
I
approach.
do
I think that's
too.
great.
For the most part, I still think Clayface is silly.
Hmm.
But, these two, I think, getting their own Max series would be awesome because we might be getting a Jimmy Olsen and a Mr. Terrific Max series, which I think is the proper way of doing stuff for those characters. I think it's going to be crazy to introduce Darkseid in a Max series. I stole that joke from Twitter, but
Nice. Can you imagine?
but
And then Jimmy turns into the D alien.
yeah. So like I think both those could be cool because like Jimmy leads like after watching that movie he is the most interesting man in the world. So like one of his a show based off of like any of his exploits would be fun. Mr. Terrific is like I think everyone's after watching that movie everyone that watched that movie is like oh yeah this is my new favorite character.
He was great.
Yeah, so like I think those could both work. And speaking of just writing scripts, Jake, you need to get on a JSA set in World War II script and just send it to James Gunn.
Right?
See,
Just to see if he likes it.
yeah,
I uh I don't want to name names, but I have a friend who loves sea monkeys. the DC series. You know what I'm talking about?
No, not really at all.
I think it's Sea Monkeys or Sea Devils. Is it Sea Devils?
I
What
don't know,
is it?
man.
Yeah, Sea Devils.
Okay.
Sorry, their advertisements were for Sea Monkeys, but Sea Devils was just like an underwater scuba adventure team for DC,
Okay.
and that's like his thing. And he told me that he was working on a script that he genuinely wanted to try and make something of, and I'm like, man, go for it, because that'd just be so fucking cool if it
I mean,
happened.
now's
And
the
tell me
fucking
James
time.
Gunn wouldn't be like, in our next movie, Sea Devils.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, but I like both those ideas. I think Jimmy and Mr. Terrific both were super cool, and I'm so glad they're like Max series and not they're getting their own movie.
Yeah. We don't need DC doing that crap again.
Hmm. For sure. All right. There was a bunch of stuff that happened with Diamond this week, but the gist of it, I'll keep it short because I'm a little Diamond fatigued at this point. But Dynamite, Fantagraphics, and Drawn and Quarterly are all teaming up against Diamond for their, keeping their books hostage and trying to liquidate shit and all that. And I think a couple others have like ganged up on them for the whole, hey, don't fucking do this, especially not during San Diego Comic Con week. So not really sure what all is going to happen there, but like lots of these publishers are starting to take legal action against them, and I hope that they win because fuck them.
Yeah, right.
All right. And then our only other bit of news, um, Marvel just okay, so Jed McKay is starting that Age of Revelation thing that we started with last X-Men issue with the character revelation. Well, this is going to be a whole fucking thing. So they're going to do they're going to do a revelation like event. And here are all of the titles that are coming with this event. We've got, and like 4 or 5 of them have creative teams attached. I'll get to that after I read the whole list. We've got Amazing X-Men, Unbreakable X-Men, Binary, Cloak and Dagger, Long Shots, Omega Kids, Sinister's Six, Undeadpool, Expatriate X-Men, The Last Wolverine, Iron and Frost, Laura Kinney Sabretooth, Radioactive Spider-Man, Rogue Storm, X Avengers, and X-Men Book of Revelation. So I think a lot of these things, um, I don't even know if I want to call them what ifs because I don't really know what all this involves. But like Laura Kinney is Sabretooth, right? I don't know if that's like a far future thing that they're doing or if it's alternate dimension. No idea.
Yeah.
Um, but then some of the other ones, like obviously we can guess what Rogue Storm is. And Iron and Frost, they used like the Iron Man logo for Iron and then Emma Frost for Frost. So I think they were married at some point recently or are
Hmm.
still married. So that's probably a team up book for them. But like Long Shots and Sinister Six, uh, not exactly sure. But
Well, I mean, Sinister Six is gonna have something to do with Mr. Sinister, I bet. And like,
yeah, yeah, it's just.
yeah.
But anyway, so the creative teams that we know, and there's little blurbs on these that I'll read too. We've got Amazing X-Men #1. That one's written by Jed with art by Mahmoud Asrar. And it says X years later, on the run after a deadly clash with Revelation's chief assassin, the shattered X-Men desperately gamble everything on one last mission. With help from an unexpected ally, they venture into the haunted ruins of Grey Malkin. What they find there may change everything if they survive. So that sounds like it's a direct tie-in that Jed's doing based on stuff that we have already read. Binary, written by Stephanie Phillips, art by Giada Belviso. In the ashes of the old world, to survive, she is reborn, a cosmic force channeling the phoenix itself. With the universe crumbling, Binary returns to save what's left. But power this great always comes with a price, and the end of everything might begin with her. Laura Kinney Sabretooth by Erica Schultz and Valentina Pinti. She's taken the name of once bitter enemy Sabretooth and fights beside Revelation himself. Why did Laura Kinney abandon her legacy? What secrets does she keep from the mutant world? When loyalty changes, blood means everything. And then two more. Long Shots by Jerry Dugan and Jonathan Hickman. Uh, let's see here. Mojo's got a new game for Wonder Man, Hellcat, Bishop, Rhino, and Craven to play. There are no rules. One survivor wins, the others die. Mojo promises you can vote for the winner with your dollars, but you probably can't. Mojo cannot promise that any of this is true or that you can even vote, as all decisions will be made by Mojo and Mojo alone. It's fame or fatality. I think that could be fun. It's going to be like a death game show.
Yeah. And the creative team is pretty darn solid too.
Yeah, absolutely. And then finally, we got World of Revelation by Ryan North, Al Ewing, and Steve Fox, with art by Adam Zalowski, Jesus Marino, and more. What happened to the Fantastic Four? And what horrors plague the East Coast? How does the rest of the world survive the rise of Revelation? And far above on Araco, what does Apocalypse think of his heir's new empire? Discover the far reaching impact of the Age of Revelation. So there you go. Lots of stuff happening there.
Yeah. You excited about any of those?
Maybe long shots.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if long shot were in it.
I bet he will be.
Yeah. But other than that, eh. We'll see if the other ones sound interesting. Like, I would love to read a Spider-Man book. It's just it has to have a creative team that I give a shit about. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? So maybe Radioactive Spider-Man and I don't know anything about X-Vengers or Rogue Storm or any of that shit, so we'll see. And the last Wolverine, it's like if it's Logan doing like a way off in the future thing, kind of like Old Man Logan, but it's Saladin Ahmed, yeah, I'm probably gonna read it.
Yeah. Speaking of this is off subject, but speaking of Longshot, man, you should really read the Exiles run when they brought him in because that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I've heard that. There, it's just like there's a lot. There's just a
I know,
lot.
I know, man. But it's like Proteus was going around. You know how he had that like allergy to metal,
Hmm.
and he could like warp reality. Well, with Longshot's powers, he couldn't warp Longshot. So like when he first shows up, he's like doing all this reality warp and shit. And then Longshot just shows up and like, gotcha, bitch, and he throws some knives at him, and he's like, ah, shit, and he like has to teleport away.
That's funny. But yeah, that is the news. So,
Let us know what you're excited about as far as the new titles, or if any of them, or you're just like, yes, another X-Men event. Perfect.
yeah. And then who knows? Maybe they'll do a line-wide reboot afterwards.
I hope so.
But yeah, now we're gonna move on to Superman. So we're talking spoilers here, folks. Heavy spoilers for Superman. Again, if you don't want to hear it, check the timestamps to see when we stop. All right. So, dude, we have very different opinions on this. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say very, like you liked it, and I was just like, not super, not, didn't really like it too much, but it's not like I hated it. You loved it. But so
I
on
mean,
Letterboxd,
I nearly loved it.
okay. See, on Letterboxd, I gave it I think a 2 out of 5. So,
Oh, that's pretty low.
it's low, but it's also not like the newest Captain America, I gave it a 1 out of 5. So it's like it's a better movie than that. But like there's different things like the story wise, there's a lot that I just didn't like the fact like it felt like this movie would have been like a pretty solid second movie or like a third movie, but since it's like the start of this universe and we're just being tossed in the middle, there's so much of it like that we didn't get to see. Like we don't get to see him really at the Daily Planet as Clark Kent. Like the only stuff where it's like there's that brief little bit. And then from then on, it's just like him being Superman or him being around people that know his secret identity. So it's like he never gets to be proper Clark Kent, which is a shame because like his Clark Kent, it's really good.
Hmm.
And it's, I mean, so is the Superman. So like it's not there's nothing bad that way casting wise, but it's like yeah, it'd be nice if we got to see that more because this is a Superman movie, not a Justice Pals or Justice Gang movie, you
Hmm.
know. And so like and none of the jokes really hit. And then like I guess they did this in Black Adam too. I didn't know, but James Gunn has been doing this thing since Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Anytime someone's flying, he's like, I need to do a close up on their face and make them look as stupid as possible. And he does it, and I don't know why. I don't know if anyone's ever told him it looks good, but it's some of the shittiest fucking thing I've ever seen, and it needs to stop. And, and then like, oh, the Mr. Terrific fight scene. That fight scene should have been awesome, and it was, but James Gunn's directing again brought it down because he's like, oh, we need to do this artsy shit where it goes inside the bubble and we're kind of seeing how Lois is seeing it. We're playing a song over it. It's like, no, just do the damn fight scene. The movies where people talk about how great the fight scenes are, no one's like, oh yeah, we had this really shitty angle for it. Like,
Hmm.
and then like when Superman's in the prison and he breaks free. Oh, also Metamorpho. It's like this. That was such a James Gunn thing where it's like, this is a neat character no one cares about. I'll just toss him in. Acted nothing like Metamorpho for the little bits that he was in it. He's just like, my baby boy, please help my freaky looking baby. And oh, speaking of Metamorpho though, did you see the place when Superman was upset because we found out that his dad wanted him to fuck everything on Earth, and they walked in, he walked into that building. Did you see what the company's name was?
I don't know.
It was Stag.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's fun.
Hmm.
But yeah, and so like when
That's the
he
first time that I was like, here's where Metamorpho's coming in.
yeah, but then like later on it just shows him like in a kind of a crappy Metropolis apartment. It's like, is he actually dating Stag's? Is he married to Stag's daughter? Because it's like you think she'd have better digs than this, but whatever. Um, but when they're in that prison and he's fighting these bad guys that they're the same type of bad, like the Raptors, the same type of bad guys Mr. Terrific just laid waste to, like they were nothing. He's having all this trouble, and people online, people are like, oh, he was weakened. He was in a weakened state. It's like, okay, but he's about to be sucked into a black hole, and he's like, that takes a lot of power. There's no reason for him to be able to, have such good blowing abilities, but then also not be able to fight off some raptors. That made no sense to me, especially when it's like, oh yeah, a punch by Mr. Terrific, who's peak human, can take him out. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And then like I hated the bizarre like how Bizarro was in this, as Ultraman and all that stuff. Because like that was first off, that was a plot line that they kind of dropped out of nowhere where it's like, I'm the hammer, and then like Superman's like, maybe he's not from this country. And the country's like, he's not from here. But which didn't make sense that they said that because he was working with Luther the whole time. So like, who cares that he's trying to say it's not? But whatever. And so yeah, he's like, he does that one time that's revealed he's Ultraman, and then to us the audience, and then they never bring that up again.
What
And
did you want?
they could have just done more, be like, oh yeah, this was done by Luther, the old hammer bastard, that type of thing. But they just dropped that. Speaking of dropping, Hawk Girl dropped the president of another country. That was that was pretty dumb.
Yeah, that was on my list of grievances.
Yeah.
It's like you're a fucking superhero. Come on.
Yeah. And like, because I wasn't super hot on like, which it's like this is one of those things where it's like I know they're trying to set up for the sequels, and that's why he wanted to do the Authority movie where they're fighting, and the government doesn't like it. But now like the Authority movie's been dropped altogether, it sounds like, or it's on very much on the back burner. So we're not going to have the ramifications of them going into this other country and doing stuff that they shouldn't have done. I mean, honestly, they shouldn't have done it because they're superheroes and they shouldn't be getting involved in this type of conflict, even if the people, one side's bad, one side's good, because where do you draw the line and all of that stuff. But
Ah, but they do that shit in the cartoons and stuff
they
too.
do, but then they always have like afterwards, like you, because I remember in the Justice League cartoon, there was plenty of times where they did this type of stuff, and then they're like, yeah, now you're in trouble, and now it's like, you know,
Hmm.
well, there's no real ramifications here. We're all heroes.
True. I think that'll be made better if that gets explored in a
Yeah,
sequel.
it might, but it's also like you shouldn't be making a movie to have a sequel prepared. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that was annoying. And then I also one of the things I hated a lot outside of the Jor-El stuff was shit. But everyone kind of agrees with on that. Everyone that even the
Hmm.
ones that really loved it. So it's just kind of like, yeah. But was I hated the way Bizarro was fighting Superman. Like Lex is like has all those cameras and Super takes first off Superman forever to realize that there's cameras flying around, which okay. But then he's like Lex like the cameras aren't slowed down. Superman's fighting, he's super fast. So would Bizarro be. So they'd be punching each other to the point where Lex shouldn't be able to see this. But yet he's still able to like perfectly time out all of Superman's moves. And they're also like they toss in the dot like, well, he's been watching Superman for years. It's like Superman's only been here for 3 years. Like, how would you know how he fights someone that's his strength after 3 years of of watching him? He's not doing stuff all the time. And if you've been watching him for 3 years, you'd think he would know and able to view him this whole time. Like Superman's never met Lex because he says that later on. He's like, it's nice to finally meet you. So he's never met Lex. So Lex is watching this whole time without Superman knowing. So then that would mean like, how does he not know that he's actually Clark Kent then? Because like Superman's not really like there's that part where he flies into his apartment. It's like, yeah, it'd be pretty easy to if you're watching him all the time to know who he is because he's not trying to hide it. And
I
then
guess.
like that scene also where he flies into the apartment and there's a fucking fifth dimensional imp fighting outside. He's like, it's just a fifth dimensional imp. Who cares? Mr. Terrific, Hawk Girl, and Guy Gardner have it covered pretty easy.
Okay, but to be fair, that's
To
right
be fair.
after everyone decided they hated him for the
Yeah,
moment.
what's gonna make people love you even more? Just be like, I'm gonna look for my dog. See ya.
I don't think that's that big of a deal. The Justice League's out
It's
there immediately taking care of it.
like I'm not saying it's a huge deal, but it's like all these little things. I'm just like, yeah, it's more annoying than anything else. Eye rolly, if you will.
Fair enough.
But like no, like the biggest things though is like, and this is just it's more personal preference. I don't like the more I watch like James Gunn stuff, the more I'm just like I just don't like him as a director. Like just his style, and that's just personal preference on stuff. Like some people will really like those fight scenes that he did where, you know, it's like I said, it's just like a weird perspectives during the fight scenes and stuff. And I don't think anyone likes the close-up face, so that's just terrible.
I think it's okay one time, but it doesn't need to be every time.
Yeah. But what about you, man? What did you like about it?
Well, let me give the few things I didn't because I want to
All right.
end on a positive.
All right.
The one was definitely um, the hot girl thing. I think that was, which by the way, a quick little interject here. Um, I saw somebody on Twitter being like, she's not Hawk Girl. She's the Hawk Girl. Just like really praising her.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, look, it's fine if you liked her. She had like two speaking lines. She's in the
Hmm.
movie the least. It's like, why are you rallying so hard right now? Like, I don't care. It's just like,
It's
bro, she said two lines and
yeah,
she killed the president.
yeah.
Like, yeah, she looked cool, but I didn't really love the whole like bitchy attitude the whole time.
I mean that like so. I mean that didn't really bother me as far as her attitude because I've not read as much Hawk related content as you, and most of my knowledge of her comes from the Justice League cartoon, which I'm like, ah, it's in line.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is in line. I just don't like it.
Yeah, fair enough.
But even worse than that, why the fuck was she screeching like a hawk? She does not do that. And it
No.
was annoying.
Yeah.
It's just loud, ear-piercing screeches whenever she was on screen. Where did that come from? That has never been a thing. And
Yeah.
somebody commented on that Loving Hawk Girl post and was like, I mean, she was fine, but the screeching was annoying. And the person was like, "Oh, you clearly don't know anything about Hawk Girl. She does that." I'm like, "No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't do that. You're just wrong."
Jeez. Well, I
Um,
remember in the Justice League cartoon, she'd often go ah all the time if she's hitting stuff. So it's the same thing.
yeah, but I didn't mind that because she's throwing everything she has into those mace attacks. That's
Yeah.
different than just bird noises.
No, I agree.
Um,
Wait, while we're talking about women we didn't like in the movie,
hold
um,
on. Phrasing.
no, Supergirl, like the end part with Supergirl, I hated that so much, just for like so many different reasons. But that's all I don't have to get it like overly into it, but
Yeah, I think it was just a throwaway cameo,
it
but she looked
it was
good.
like she looks the part, but it's the fact like first off, it doesn't make any sense that I know she's supposed to be in this universe, but it's like so I mean, when the whole super harem thing was going around, you didn't think the news would be like, oh, and then Supergirl's here. They wouldn't get like at least one guy be like, oh, I wouldn't mind being in her harem. You know, like when the news is talking, like I don't really know about Superman, but boy, Supergirl, you know, it's like, sir, you would not be chosen for this.
All right, another thing I didn't love that guys' constructs didn't all come out of the ring, which I guess is whatever.
And like
Like
that's also,
the joke landed with the middle fingers coming up out of the ground, whatever.
but I
It's
mean,
just a personal thing.
yeah, I mean, I get that, but like at the same time, and the Green Lantern comics, there's times where it does, sometimes where it just doesn't. It's kind of they play fast and loose with that crap, so you
Mhm.
know.
Again, these are minor
Yeah,
nitpicks because I like the movie.
yeah.
Um, Again, did not love that Jor-El and Mother that message was real, you know?
Hmm.
I I don't really understand it other than just to be wildly different.
So I have a theory on it, if you don't mind me
Sure.
interrupting you for the 10th time. Uh, so like I think when you look at like the two different directors that have done the Superman movies these past 20 years or whatever, or maybe 10. Zack Snyder, he was like hardcore on the Jor-El side. And then like James Gunn's like it's now like, oh yeah, he's hardcore Ma and Pa Kent. I think it's just like probably where they were first introduced. I'm assuming not first introduced, but where they knew stuff more. So it's like I'm assuming Snyder was probably the original movies and stuff, which I think Jor-El has a much bigger role in, as much, you know. And then I'm betting you James Gunn probably comics and then the animated series where
Hmm.
Pa and Ma were much bigger deals, and that's kind of the same for us. So I think that's probably why he did that. And but I don't get why he made Jor-El's terrible because it's like you need to have like equal, you know, 50-50. Superman's both human and alien at the same time. You can't just like at the end
Yeah.
he's, you know,
I just feel like for future stuff that makes it difficult for him to
hmm
embrace being a Kryptonian.
right.
And also just say that Lex fabricated it.
100%.
I don't
That,
know.
and then like that's one of the things too. Is like everyone turned on him. Like they were already like tepid with him, but then it's like Lex is on basically the equivalent of Fox News,
Hmm.
talking to Michael Ian Black about,
That's who that was.
yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. And talking to Michael Ian Black about the alien menace. So it's like a billionaire talking to on Fox News. There would not be 100% people going like, yeah, I trust this billionaire guy versus the guy that's been saving people. Yeah, that
Okay,
makes sense.
but was Michael Ian Black supposed to be that one guy? What's his name? That
Tucker
Tim
Carlson?
Curry. No, no, that Tim
Oh,
Curry voiced in the cartoons.
I don't know. I don't
He's
remember.
like the famous DC news guy.
All right, I'm blanking. See, like the old animates, the Superman animated series is the one I rewatched the least. So I'm not
G.
the.
Gordon Godfrey.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, he's just like the guy on Fox News, like trying to make
Yeah,
people hate Superman or just whoever. So
yeah.
that was the vibe I got from that.
But I mean, like, which I get, but at the same time, it's like, I get that they're trying to do like, stuff like the now political stuff, but it's like no one's gonna be looking at this one like this one interview from a billionaire, especially on, this Fox News stand-in show and be like 100% right. This guy that's literally just saved our life from a giant kaiju
Hmm.
he's the baddie.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's whatever. They needed the movie to go.
Hmm.
And then really the only other thing that I didn't care for is I didn't feel like Clark was super close to Ma and Pa. He kind of just talked to them like they were like an aunt and uncle that he talks to, at family gatherings. Until we got to Pa's little speech to him on the bench. I don't know. I just didn't feel like they were as
Well,
close as they should have been.
that kind of falls back on what I was saying, where it's like we don't get much actual Clark Kent stuff. Like you get stuff with him and Lois,
Yeah,
but you don't.
but we get that whole scene there on the farm. Like just
Yeah,
really really show like, oh, these are my parents and I love them. I just didn't really get that. It was just kind of like, oh, thanks, Ma. Like, oh, yep, the all right, thanks, love you
and
guys,
they made them
bye.
a little too stupid too, though. I think Ma and Pa, or at least more Ma, because she's like on her phone, not really knowing how to use it. Then she's like, "Oh, and the old box." It's like you have a flat screen TV, lady. You know,
Right,
it's like just because you're a old Kansas City farmer doesn't mean that, or not Kansas City, just an old Kansas farmer doesn't mean you're an idiot.
right. But yeah, tell me stuff you did like.
I mean, Corn Sweat was a really good Superman. The guy that played Jimmy Olsen was a really good Jimmy Olsen. Lois was really good. I think the rest of the Daily Planet though was like not well utilized at all.
Yeah,
Because it's
they
like
were just kind of there.
Even Perry, who'd be like the third bill, it's just like oh okay, he I guess he's here.
Yeah,
And then I mean I like Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. He's still too old, but I liked him as Guy, and I liked
thought he
the
was
whole
great.
Justice Gang as a whole. I liked um the fun little Easter eggs, like people going to Gotham instead of Metropolis when everything's going to hell was cool. Um yeah, I mean those all come to my head like first and foremost.
Let's talk about this because I we're different on this. I
Yeah.
really like Nicholas Hoult as Lex, and you said you weren't too crazy on it. Um, you had mentioned that he was a little too Eisenberg, and I really didn't get that at all.
Like, cause okay, you know how Eisenberg was. I mean, this isn't like it's not so much writing; it's just how they acted it out. Was more spastic and like talking really, really quick. He did that a lot, and I just didn't like that.
I didn't pick up on that. I thought
His
there were a
his
lot of
last.
times where he was like he really commanded the room when he was in it.
Oh, see, I didn't feel that at all. But when he was doing his last big speech, I'm like, poof. I can see Eisenberg doing this whole speech. in about the same time as fast as you're going, man.
I don't know. I guess we just disagree on that. I loved him as
Yeah.
Lex, and he looked great too. Like all the suits were so super cool. Whenever he wore the goggles, I was like, man, that's something Lex would.
Oh, this is something that Lex would do, but it also annoyed me because it's like when they get to the and it's a dumb thing to be annoyed by, but like they get to Antarctica and they're walking, he's got his big bald head out there, it'd freeze. It's
Yeah,
like, come on, put a hat on, Lex.
I know. Get a
Or at least
beanie.
have a little like button that's like, oh yeah, this keeps the heat, we're protected from all this or whatever.
So maybe you can answer this because I just thought of this. Was the gal with like the nanotech, was that Mercy or like what was what?
It's the engineer. She's an authority character.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know that. I don't know
Neither I
shit
didn't
about
know
people
until I
already.
was reading stuff online. So,
Okay, well that explains that. But yeah, you and I, we both love Henry so much,
mhm.
but this movie put David, I think, at the top of the list for me. I thought he had so much more personality. He was like Henry, they made him be so stoic all the time.
Mhm.
Cornsweat had a personality. He showed a lot of emotion. He looked great. He had some of the beef that we didn't know if it would be there or not. And I just thought he was really fucking good.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. He was, like I said, he was very good at just in general. Like I said, I just wish that they could, like I said, wish they could have gave us more of him as Clark.
Hmm.
I didn't like it in the trailer, and I don't like it after seeing the movie. That scene where he's being interviewed, though, didn't care much for that. But,
Yeah,
you know,
Lois came in a little hot, I think, on that.
still, Superman was getting a little too testy too quick, I think. It's like, bro, you fight all these people and you can't even like stand up, like act normal when your girlfriend's just interviewing you because she's getting a little too mean. Like, come on, bud.
Yeah.
Simmer down.
I mean, at the same time, after hearing all that shit against you on the TV and online, like that's the person you want to be in your corner. So when
hmm
she's not, I can see that kind of pushing you over the edge to raising your voice and whatnot.
But you're the one that called for it. You're like, hey, why don't you interview me? I'm really good at interviews. And then 5 seconds later, like, why are you doing this? It's like, stop picking on me.
Oh man. Yeah, I liked all the Justice people too. I thought Fillion was super funny. Hell, even Terrific was pretty funny. At first I was like, I thought he was being just a little too like mean. Like Mr. Terrific is kind of just like he doesn't really give you anything.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's just
hmm
he wants to fix the problem. He knows how to fix the problem and he's going to do it. But then I'm like, it gave him a personality. It's fine.
Yeah.
And he ended up being funny and pretty kick-ass by the end. So, um,
Speaking of terrific, one thing that this is just one of those plot things that kind of annoyed me too is like when they're fighting that kaiju, Terrific's like, oh yeah, this is how this is an easy way to beat it. It's this giant monster. I'm gonna kill it. And he kills it. Superman gets upset. He's like, I was hoping that we could have done something about it. Then later on when he's fighting Bizarro, Superman's like, go to the black hole, bye! And he kicks it. It's just like you could have tried to save your clone, bud. He's like, clones don't got no souls. Like, I
he's
don't care
like,
about that.
maybe Terrific was onto something.
Yeah. It's like this is actually a really good idea. It's way easier.
I like Crypto. I really liked the Fortress of Solitude robots. I thought they were very funny, but like
Yeah,
in a good, just a quick
mhm.
humor way.
They were great. And then also, did you know that those, I'm assuming it's not 100% practical because it's like they probably did like little things to fill in, but like the robots are actual proper robots.
I
Like,
did not know that.
yeah, there was a whole thing I saw where it's like they built all of those, or maybe not all of them, maybe they just changed the numbers because that
Hmm.
seems like a such a hassle to have to build that many robots, but they built these robots and yeah, it's like they're
That's
all being
cool.
like puppeted and stuff. So I'm like, that's rad.
And I assume that Alan Tudyk voiced them, right?
Yeah, except the girl one that was
Right.
shown like at the very beginning, or
Okay. Yeah, and then Crypto, he was in it enough to help out, but not help out too much.
Hmm.
And I think the whole naughty puppy thing worked pretty well.
Yeah, that too though is one of those things where it's like you'd think the people of Crypt the his mom and dad. I mean, his mom and dad sound like pieces of shit, so maybe not. But you think they would have like trained the dog a little bit better before they sent it off into a pod to go to Earth, but who knows?
Yeah. Well, that's not as fun.
Yeah, right.
Um, I do like that they made Crypto be Kara's dog because now if they wanted to take Superman into a little more serious
Hmm.
direction, Crypto doesn't have to be front and center all the time. Um, I did get a pretty good kick whenever Superman was like, I'm gonna go search for him. It's like he's not even that good of a dog. I thought that was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Uh, but anyway, and that's basically it. It was for me, it was like an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. I would happily watch it again, and it gives me the hope going forward for some DC movies.
Now, how was your movie theater? Like, was it like full
Amazing.
of people?
Um, so we went at 9:30 in the morning.
Nice.
Um, and we just did standard screen. I would have done IMAX, but it was full, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to go to a full theater because it was a Saturday.
Hmm.
So we did the standard screening. It was all just like grown ass adults, maybe two kids, but the kids were there to watch Superman. Everybody was
Nice.
well behaved, and it was a good experience. The only
Good, man.
thing is like, and this is just a personal thing, like five people after the movie clapped, and I'm like,
Ugh.
guys, they can't hear you.
Right.
But whatever. It was just a couple of people, and it was super quick. I was like, I'm glad everybody liked it.
Cornswell was actually in the theater. He gets a like he got a seat for like every like major metropolitan area, and he was in every theater. He's like, yes, they liked it.
And he chose the 9:30
Yeah.
standard screen.
Well, because he's got a lot of traveling to do.
It's true. It's true. How was yours though? When did you
Um,
go?
I have to go to the AMC in Decatur, which was awesome when we were in high school, but it
Mm.
stayed the same, and it's gotten real bad. It's aged about as well as I have, but but yeah. So I went there, and I think that's one of the things. It's like there was me, some people on the other side, one guy like kind of closer to the screen, and then like two people in front of me. And that was it in my screen. And that, I mean, like, I hate people, hate being around them. But like,
Hmm.
when you're seeing a movie and people are laughing at these bad jokes and like it's loud, it's contagious and you want to laugh too. And it makes you enjoy, it makes you enjoy stuff more. When I'm sitting there by myself being like, how much longer is this fucking movie? Because it's just me by myself and I'm just a cantankerous old fart anyway. So like it might have been better if there was a little bit more people.
Yeah. No, I get that. I definitely laughed when other people were laughing. So I was like, okay, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Oh, really quick. One of the
Huh?
fun parts that like, it went on a little too long for me, but still one of the parts that made me laugh and I thought was one of the better parts of the movie was like after Lex's big speech and Superman's about to say something, fucking Crypto just starts mauling Lex.
Yeah, dude. It did go on a smidge long, you're right, but I was just like, holy
Yeah.
fuck. He wanted his Hulk and Loki moment.
Yeah. I'm like, that's pretty great. Like, not gonna lie.
Yeah. I feel like Lex should have come out of there a little more roughed up.
Right?
So cool. All right. Well, there you go, folks. Let us know what you thought of Superman if you saw it over the weekend. We'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Is Casey a curmudgeon?
I mean,
Uh,
that's probably gonna be the consensus.
so, all right. But now we can go on to the comic reviews section. So, Casey, what'd you read this week?
Right. So I read Return to Skull Island, Issue 1. Farmhand, Issue 23. Red Hulk 6. I Hate Fairyland, Issue 42. Godzilla, Here There Be Aliens, Issue 2. Green Lantern Corps, All In, Issue 6. Batman and Robin, All In, Issue 23. Batman Dark Patterns 8. What about you, man?
I read Uncanny X-Men 17, Doctor Strange of Asgard number 5, Aquaman number 7, Magic number 7, Dark Patterns number 8, and Batman and Robin 23.
Well, I'll start us off with this banger of a book, Return to Skull Island, number one. This is by, oh, damn, Simon Furman and Christopher Jones. So I didn't know this, but this is the sequel series to the Netflix cartoon that I fell asleep to and never actually watched all the way through. So it starts Superman. So Kong is fighting the Kraken to start with, and this kid's letting you know everything. The Iwe, or I think that's their name, the people, the Indian or the natives of the land from Skull that are in Skull Island and on the Skull Island movie that are known to be mute and cannot talk and just do not talk. Um, they all talk in this. It's like, ah,
Cool.
yeah, classic. And so yeah, it's just it's not what I would say was a good book, and I'm not even a fan of the art, so I really there's not much not much to enjoy here. Um and since I didn't watch the show or enjoy the show, I'm just left going, boy, I could skip this forever. There's three issues. I'm not gonna pick up the next two. I'm gonna go 2 out of 10.
Oh man, absolutely stellar review.
I mean, like, in all fair, so you guys know, it gets better from here for me. Like, I'm not gonna be complaining the whole time, I promise.
All right, Magic number 7, the A cover, very cool.
That is
Got
awesome.
Danny and Magic on there. Um, but yeah, this like society that Danny works for is where they're keeping the kid that she has been taking care of this whole time. And it turns out that his body's been taken over by Liminal, and Danny gets, or not Danny, Magic gets really mad about that because she wanted to save the kid, and she's not sure if his body's going to survive being taken over by Liminal. Um, and then at the end, the secret society like performs a spell and just rips out the heart. And the main lady's like, "Oh, it's totally fine. It's not going to hurt the kid. We just ripped out something that was going to hurt Liminal." But then that's how it ends. So it's like, I don't know if that's going to be true or not. But anyway, it was still really good. I liked it a lot. Probably 8 out of 10.
Nice, dude. All right, so Farmhand issue 23 by Rob Guillory, and I really liked it, man. So yeah, you get more of the stuff with the seed and all that. Like it's I'm not gonna go too much into it. I'll just show some of my favorite art pages, like that splash page, rad as hell.
Yeah.
Rob's art is really good. We get some more stuff going on. I really, really like it. There's a vagina plant. I'll show you that.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
remember, like it's right out of the health books.
Yep. Glowing eye and everything.
The old glowing eye, that's what I always call it. But I'm gonna go 9.5 out of 10. Probably my pick of the week. It's really, really good. This book is really, really good. The only like problem I had with it was it took like 3 years off. But now that it's back and about to be over, loving it.
Nice. Aquaman number 7. It is by Jeremy Adams, and boy, I'd love to tell you. There we go. Michael Shelfer on the art. But yeah, it was good. Zan from the Wonder Twins showed up at the last issue. So he's helping out the little crew fight their way out of this guy's evil kingdom. They find a town called Lost Atlantis, which is in this like really weird part of the ocean. And it turns out that everyone that's there, like Garth, Jackson, Mara, and their baby have all aged like a long time. Like Jackson's an old ass man. Uh, Mara's like super old, like on her deathbed old. And then their daughter, try to find a good picture because like the art I think is pretty awesome. I can't really find a great one, but like definitely just looks like a mix between Arthur and Mara.
Yeah.
Um, and then this is spoilers, but at the end, Mara's like, "Oh, I'm so glad I saw you one more time," and then she fucking dies because she's super old. So Arthur's pissed. The daughter is pissed. The daughter is also mad at Arthur because she's like, "Where the fuck have you been? I'm like a grown woman and you've never been in my life." Uh, so they swim off to, um, confront. I'm blanking on like the big bad's name, but they show up and it looks like they're gonna team up to try and kill him. So anyway, it's pretty good stuff. I really like the book. Um, probably a 9.
Right on, dude.
I'll
Okay.
say pick of the week.
Oh, wow. Red Hulk, issue 6 by Benjamin Percy and Jeff Shaw's art. Um, yeah, so Deathlock gets to do some de cool Deathlock things in this. He saves Machine Man. Did you ever read Deathlock? He seems like a character that early on in your comic reading days, you would have been like, this guy's fucking cool, because he is.
I didn't read the Deathlock series, but he was a big part of Remender's Uncanny X Force, and he was cool in that.
Okay, right on. And then we get some Red Hulk trying to get out stuff of his new prison because like since Doom runs everything now, the United States of America is like, ah, you're a prisoner of ours now, that type of thing. And so like Machine Man and Deathlock are riding in a muscle car because they're fucking cool.
Hell yeah.
And they're trying to save Red Hulk. They're not just going for a ride. But then it's like Red Hulk meets up with Trask, who's actually the head of this thing, and then he gets a new thing. It's called Warwolf, and I'm like, Jake would probably love this. Love the looks of this guy,
Yeah, he
even
looks
though
cool.
even though he's Trask. So it's like, let's hope we get like the new Warwolf soon, because fuck Trask.
Yeah,
But no, I like it. I like this book a lot. I think a lot of people should be reading it. I don't know if anyone is, but it's
it's
fun. It's
doing
like
all
a
right.
good. It's like an 8.5 for me.
Cool. Doctor Strange of Asgard #5 by Derek Landy and Carlos Magno. Um, kind of like who's behind everything gets revealed, and this issue is really just a nonstop battle. Um, Yggdrasil like kind of takes the form of an Asgardian for part of this, which was pretty neat. And after everything's said and done, decides that Doctor Strange is in fact worthy of being the Sorcerer Supreme of Asgard. And then he goes to the Rainbow Bridge and asks Sif to let him leave. And then it says to be continued in Doctor Strange #450. So I guess the next issue is they quit putting legacy numbers on this, which is kind of agitating. But I guess the next issue of Strange is #450. So I hope that this continues, but I don't know that it's going to.
Yeah.
But it was still pretty fun. I'm gonna give it probably an 8.5. And I think if anybody likes either Doctor Strange or Asgardian stuff, like this would be good for you. And I would suggest checking out the trade whenever it comes out.
I'm gonna have to pick up the next issue of Doctor Strange. I liked it, but I kind of missed an issue, and then I was like, well, I don't feel like trying to get caught back up. So when an 850 comes out, I'll have to hop on that one though.
Yeah.
All right. I Hate Fairyland by Scotty Young and Derek Loffman. We get the Loffman does a mean unicorn Hellboy cover.
Yep.
So
It's a
it's
lot
about
like
this,
Mignola.
yeah. And he this like, it turns out it's a unicorn. You find out at the end, spoiler alert. but he's on this mission and like everything's like nursery rhyme related. So like he walks into this big factory. It's like 1, 2, buckle my shoes, the third one, and then he's like, he's like, oh, did you bring the posies? He's like, just a pocket full. He's like, that'll have to do. And then he makes the bullets, and oh, there's another one where it's like, oh, there's these monsters and they're like ring around the rosy. And so he starts shooting them. Um, then oh yeah, then they get to the bridge, the London Bridge, and then he drops the bomb, My Fair Lady, and London Bridge goes falling down. Then oh, it's I think Mary Had a Little Lamb was next. Yeah, they find Mary and they kill her, of course. Paddywhack is a two-headed dog, and they give it a bone. And then they meet the old woman in the shoe, who turns out it's Gert, and she got cursed, and it's this thing, and all that. And then she's like, "Oh yeah, I have this guy's horn that I stole," and oh, yep, it worked. Now he's this weirdly sexy unicorn, who then just goes back to being a regular unicorn.
Damn.
So that was the whole issue. It was a lot of fun. I really liked it. I'm gonna go 9 out of 10.
Andy's back, baby.
It's
You
like
were
that's the
gonna
thing.
drop it, and now you're back.
Yeah, next issue I'm gonna be like, dude, this is just dumb. Why am I still reading this?
All right. Uncanny X-Men 17. I got this pretty awesome variant cover.
Nice. Which one is she in that group of the new kids?
She's not.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So this is by Gail Simone and Luciano Vecchio. That character is Mutina, who is like the character of a movie inside this issue. So this was
Oh,
just a filler issue. Um, so yeah, I mean, I wasn't super hot on it just because it was a filler issue, and it's like it's gonna be a to be continued thing. At the end, Mutina, who is real, uh, just like goes face to face with Wolverine, like they're gonna fight. It's like, man, I don't know if I need that.
yeah.
So I may not pick it up, but I mean, this is whatever. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Right on. Godzilla, Here There Be Aliens.
You know what it was? And I'm
What?
sorry to
No, you're
interrupt.
good.
This was this was the school talent show in My Hero after fighting a cool ass bad guy. And I think that's why I was like, I don't
Fair
like it.
enough. All right, but Godzilla, Here There Be Aliens, issue 2 by Frank Terrier and Angel Hernandez on the art. They show what really happened at Roswell. There's some Hedora action also, and the Hedoras are probes, it turns out. Um,
Hedora action?
no, sadly,
Oh, okay.
he kills some people,
Damn.
but then it's revealed that like um, H.G. Wells, when he wrote The War of the Worlds, was actually about true events, and the Hedora probes were some of the monsters, but they ended up, messing up and turning on the aliens. Which it's weird that there are probes in this because in the first Here There Be, Godzilla story, they were like I think the Vikings god, if you remember.
Hmm.
So now they're alien probes in this one. It's like, Frank, you've written all of these. How do I remember this and you don't? But so then it's like all these people that have been killed, been assassinated were actually like people that were trying to, protect the truth. So like Abraham Lincoln was assassinated when I first was reading it, because it's like there's a reason for that. In addition to being a secret society that protected the kaiju, the Suns were also in actuality one of our last lines of defense against the Exilians for centuries. But in time, they ultimately lost the battle through Exilian agents. They were assassinated. So like as I was reading that, it shows the picture and then it gets to the second part. So I'm like, wait, John Wilkes Booth was a good guy? And then I was like, oh no, wait, never mind. He was the bad guy still. Okay. But then we get some Jet Jaguar because Benjamin Franklin came up with the plans to make Jet Jaguar back in the day, which is crazy. And then like this is one of the dumbest parts to me. The lady with her terrible hair, by the way. Like look at that. Helmet of a haircut.
Yep.
The guy's like, "Wait, the Benjamin Franklin, founding father and flyer of kites, Ben Franklin?" And she goes, "And famous womanizer and father to bastard children, Ben Franklin." It's like, lady, not necessary. We're on
Yeah.
a time crunch here. Just say yes. But so yeah, they make Jet Jaguar and he starts fighting the Hedoras and all that, and yeah, he's doing okay. But then Mecha Godzilla shows up, and that's how it ends. It's like, yeah, whatever.
This
It's
sounds like
it's
the dumbest fucking book. I am so glad I didn't pick up this
it's
shit.
it's not the dumbest fucking book, but it's also not that good. It's a five and a half for me. But yeah, it's like it's one of those things where I'm like, I I've thought this for a while, and had I known, like, I wouldn't have been very excited about the original book had I remembered who Frank Tier was as far as a writer. And like as I'm like reading this, I'm like, yeah, he isn't a good writer. This is the same guy that wrote that terrible Hercules comic. How could I forget?
All right, I'm down to Mewtwo's.
Okay, so I'll do the Green Lantern Corps really quick. This is by Morgan Hampton and Jeremy Adams with art by Amike Nalipan. Art's really good. Story wise, it's pretty good. You should just check it out, like just when you're at the shop board, because it's a Jessica Cruz issue,
Oh, nice.
and we are the Cruise Missiles, as we have never called ourselves before. But then also though, just fair warning, you get Sinestro and Zod's kid also in this, so it's like you take the good with the bad.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean it's cool. Jessica Cruz and Joe are dealing with Mogo, the living planet, and then Sinestro and his new the new Green Lantern lady are going to his old planet to take apart the old, to get like stuff to make a new battery, basically to put everything like the emotional spectrum back together is what they're trying to do. And he has to deal with his kids and Zod's kid. It's good though. It's a solid issue. I'm gonna go probably 8.5.
All right.
So what do
Let's
you want to do our
do
Batman books in?
Dark Patterns first.
Okay.
All right, Dark Patterns number 8. It's by Dan Waters and Hayden Sherman. What'd you think, man?
I liked it. It's a enjoyable book.
Hmm.
What about you?
Yeah, I do like it. I don't know that I like it at least yet more than the other two arcs we've done, but it's still solid.
I like it more than the first one
Hmm.
for me, but I don't think it's gonna top the second one. The second one was really freaking good. Like the
Yeah.
ending, like we talked about, like the ending was kind of like so-so, but everything up to that was awesome. This
Yep.
is neat because we do get to see like Batman kind of struggling, and
Hmm.
like it's trying to be a detective. This part right here gives me Tim Sale vibes like none other, and I love
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
I love the art in general too. Like there's a lot of really cool stuff that happens in it. The story, it's neat. I'm like, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, there's left turns. They don't really like. It's not to the point where I'm like, oh, this is weird that they're doing this. It's more like this is all really cool and it all adds up. You know what I mean? I
Hmm.
didn't see it coming, but I'm enjoying it.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, I don't really have anything to add to that. It was just a really good book. It's probably 8.5.
Yeah, I'm probably at a 9, maybe 9.5. I really, like I said, really enjoyed it. Really like the art.
I do too. I like that Hayden Sherman's doing that and Absolute Wonder Woman.
Oh, dang, I didn't know that was the same dude.
Yep.
Um, and then last up for us, it's Batman and Robin, issue 23 by Phil Kenny Johnson with Miguel Mendoca on the art. And what'd you think, man?
I think it's pretty good. Um, I like the little putting the torn fabric on his head to be Robin. I thought was good. All the character interactions I think are solid. Memento's creepy, and I really do like that we're getting like a supernatural deal with Batman and like bringing in Etrigan and stuff like that. It's stuff we don't get that often with Batman, so it's always kind of a treat when we do.
Hmm.
And also art's like so fucking solid in this book too.
Like this part here.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
absolutely.
that'd be like one of those things where I'd be like, oh man, I really want. I go to a con, I'd be like, I really want this. I'd want to buy this from Miguel Mendoca, and then I'd be like, oh, never mind, I can't afford it.
Yeah, it's like fucking 2 grand, right? It's so
Yeah.
good. But yeah, what about you?
I mean, really liked it. The art's great. The part with Dead Alfred was cool, even though like the his lady sidekick and monkey probably were like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? This is insane.
Yeah.
Why am I letting him drive? He's clearly hallucinating. But I just like I really liked it. I'm just excited to see where it goes. Um, I'm not the biggest fan of this character, and it does feel like it's kind of drug on a little long, like the villain.
Hmm.
But I'm still into it. The beginning stuff kind of drugged for me too, but really still thought it was a really great time.
Well, I'm sure that next issue will be the last in the arc, so
Yeah,
we'll see how it wraps up.
I'm
Uh,
probably at an 8.5. What about you?
Probably a 9, I think.
Yeah.
One of us liked one Batman more than the other, and the other liked the other one more. Look at us.
What are you excited about, man?
Um, I gotta go New Gods. Let's see. Man, there's a lot out. Probably Death of Surfer, and then hmm, we'll go all Thundercats.
I was really expecting you to go Big Rig #1.
Yeah, huge Post Malone fan.
'Cause- yeah, I was gonna like I know how much you've like fought getting the face tattoos just so you could look like him, but you're like I can't. I own a business. I can't do this.
My reputation would be tarnished.
But for me, I know no one's gonna buy comics from a guy that looks like Post Malone. Let us know down below. Would you buy comics if Jake had a face tattoo? If he gets 10,000 people saying yes, he will get a face tattoo that says two worlds underneath one, hi, podcast underneath the other.
We'll see.
10,000 guys, remember that. So net for me, it'd be a G.I. Joe, and then TMNT for sure. And I'm trying to think of another one tonight. I'll go Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe.
I figured that'd be up there.
Yeah. And then last up, people were talking about retcons on Twitter, and that just got me thinking, what are some of the best or some of the worst retcons in comic books that you've been like, yeah, that's really terrible. Why would they do that? Or, yeah, that's actually pretty good. And when I say in comics too, it can also be movie wise too. You can be like, oh yeah, that was a good idea that they did this in the movie. You know, Jor-El wanting Clark to bang every woman on Earth and have a bunch of babies.
Um, Man, I wasn't super prepared for this. Feel free to go first.
Okay, so one of the worst, like I don't know if I'm pretty sure this was a terrible retcon that John Byrne did in his Fantastic Four run, where Reed Richards goes to stay at this house that Sue's I think aunt or maybe her mom I think it was her aunt owned, and he was staying there, and then he meets Sue, which you're like, okay, this is fine, that's how they met. but Sue was a child and Reed was a full-grown man. It's like I was so young when we met, and it's like, yeah, you were in grade school. And then like
Uh,
later on, she became, older, but it's just like, ooh, this is not beating the grooming allegations, Reed.
nope.
They've actually gone back and like retconned it again, where it's like, no, no, she's also an adult. This isn't weird, guys. So that'd be one real bad one. A really good one that I think about a lot that not very many people talk about is Starman being on Krypton before Superman got sent away, and he was like, "Hey, you guys should check out Earth. It's kind of a great choice to send your child." And then they're like, "Oh, that is a really good choice." And then that's how Superman got sent to Earth in the Starman run, which I'm like, that's a really good retcon. I like that a lot.
Hey, thanks, Starman.
Yeah. um, I think of another one that I thought worked really well. Another one that does, and this will be a movie related one, would be Tobey Maguire with his not having to explain a kid making web shooters, and it was just like, nah, it's just part of being Spider-Man. Like
Yeah,
that worked very well for the movies. I like it more, I like the comic book version more, but it makes sense for a movie. And what's another really good retcon? Hop in when you got something that you want to bring up too. But
um,
I'll say Superboy being part Lex Luthor because like originally he was someone else, and then Jeff Johns in that like kind of way too angsty Teen Titans run, he made it so that it's Clark, it's Superman, he's basically Lex and Superman's baby,
right.
and I like that. I think that makes adds more to the character, but that's those are mine.
I think making Magneto a Holocaust survivor, probably a good one.
Was
Uh
that not how he was from the beginning?
I don't think so. I don't think
Oh
so. I think it
wow.
was a retcon. Just obviously adds a lot more to his character and
Hmm.
his motives for why he does things. Um, Mr. Freeze
Oh
going from
yeah.
just being a thief to everything being driven by the love for his wife. Um, Gosh, see
To,
this one's controversial.
all right.
I feel like bad retcon making Moon Knight crazy with all the personalities. I realize that now it's in a good spot, but it wasn't always. And it's like, oh man, he went from like a fun superhero to, oh, he's just the crazy man.
Yeah. Now, didn't he always have like, because it's various levels. Didn't he always have like, or at least like really early on, have the different personalities? Because I remember in that What If that I always talk about, where it was like, what if Moon Knight got his personalities mixed up, and like he was Moon Knight, but he's also the taxi driver, and he's like getting out of the taxi, punching a guy in the face.
Yeah, but I still don't think, like, over the years, they took that shit and
Hmm.
really ramped it up.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Um, and I'll kind of lump these two together, but making Bucky Winter Soldier, I guess, if that counts, and then making Jason Red Hood. I don't know that that really retcons anything necessarily,
Hmm.
but well, I guess it does. It retcons them both being dead for a really
Yeah,
long time and making them relevant again. Um, I like both of those characters, so I'm gonna go with those.
nice. And to piggyback on the Magneto one too, I remember um, hearing this on Twitter. Apparently, Magneto's helmet, not until the movie came out, it didn't actually block out the psychic attacks.
Oh, he just wanted to look cool.
Yeah, because like someone had posted the clip from the X-Men cartoon. I don't remember if it was like the proper cartoon or if it was just one because we had it like we got the VHSs as when I was a kid and from Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut was doing like, personal pan pizza and you get this VHS. And we got that and there's like a part when like Xavier's doing or Magneto's doing all this mean shit, and Professor X is like, relive the Holocaust. And he just hits him in the head with this. Magneto's like, oh, my mom, like that type of thing. So I'm just like, damn, Professor X, like he could have gone like a little bit easier. But then like some of the comments was like, but he's wearing the helmet. And then they're like, well, that actually got changed after the movie. I'm like, oh, that's wild. I had no idea.
Yeah, that is the worst form of psychic damage, I think.
Yeah, I'll try to send it to you because it is kind of like it's hilariously dark because it is. It's just like it's like Holocaust. Oh,
All right. Well, that pretty much brings us to the end of the episode. So,
yeah. Let us know some of the X books that you're excited about that you're gonna read. What you thought of the Superman movie and retcons that you liked or hated, and did ours make your list or no?
absolutely. And look forward to another episode this week, later in the week. Casey and I, half a year too late, are starting our run on the Sony Marvel movies, and we're starting with Spider-Man 1, and we'll be launching that later this week. So, thanks for hanging out. We'd love to stay in chat, but we have to go fight over Mary Jane Watson. So we'll catch you next time. See you.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Two Worlds Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at Two Worlds Pod, on Twitter at two_worlds_PC, and on Facebook at facebook.com/twoworldspodcast. You can email us with any questions or comments at twoworldspodcast@gmail.com, and if you would, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Two Worlds Podcast on YouTube.